How we doing, everyone? Hope you're all well. Mr. Bold here, and I'm back today with a thread response video for Metal Mickey's 123 album challenge. Mike's been away for a short while, not making videos, but he's back now. Good to have him back. Always comes up with interesting ideas for threads videos, and this is definitely one of them. So if you're not familiar with what this is about, I'll quickly run through it. The first album that will be shown will be your favourite album by a band that's their debut album. Second album will be your favourite album by a band, which is their second album, and so on. I've got 10 to get through here. I'm going to get straight into it after the usual quick sip of coffee. So first album, we're going back to 1989. And an amazing debut album from these guys is Skid Row. Their debut, self-titled, from 1989, which for me is absolutely flawless. Not a bad song on this at all. Great vocals from Sebastian Bach, of course. Loads of great catchy choruses, some nice solos, great riffs. The drums are superb. Great bass from Rachel Bolan. Just an absolutely perfect album, no bad songs on. Big Guns, Sweet Little Sister, Can't Stand the Heartache. That opening 1, 2, 3 is absolutely flawless. 18 Life is a good tune, but it's kind of overplayed on the radio, so I don't really need to hear it again, but still a tune. Rattlesnake Shake, excellent track to close that side A. Youth Gone Wild, that was a big single, great tune. I Remember You, fantastic power ballad. Midnight Tornado, stuff like that. No bad songs in this. An absolutely flawless debut from Skid Row, which came out in January 1989. That is my favourite Skid Row album. So that's number 1. Going back to 1985 now. And here's Wasp and The Last Command, their second album from 1985, which is my favourite Wasp album. A lot of people go with the debut, but I prefer this one just a little bit more. Steve Riley on the drums here, who recently passed away. Rest in peace, Steve. There are a couple of songs on this one that I don't really need to hear because they're overplayed on the radio, but still killer tunes. Those, of course, being Blind in Texas and Wild Child. But as with all great albums, it's not just about the singles, it's about the deeper cuts too. Stuff like Ball Crusher, Jack Action, Fistful of Diamonds, The Last Command, Running Wild in the Streets, last track, Sex Drive. It's absolutely brilliant. Love this album. Fantastic from start to finish. Can sit the needle down and you never have to think, yeah, there's a track coming up I'm not so fussed about. Not the case with this album. Wasp's The Last Command from 1985, their second album, my favourite Wasp album. Is an absolute beast. Love that. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. On to number 3 now. We've got Decapitated and The Negation, so a shift in direction here to some death metal from these Polish death metalers. This is their third album, first one of theirs that I heard, and it's an absolute beast. It was kind of hard to pick between this and Nihility, their second album, but yeah, this one's my favourite of theirs. It's absolutely crushing, really punishing technical death metal. Great drums from Vitek, who sadly passed away quite a while ago now. Vog on the guitars, who's still in the band now, providing some amazing solos and absolutely fantastic riffing. Some great time changes on this. It's just a superb album of excellent technical death metal. Opens with The Fury, which is fantastic. 3-Dimensional Defect, Lion and Weak, an absolutely fantastic song. Sensual Sickness, The Negation, Long Desired Dementia, The Empty Throne. Finishes with a cover of Deicide's Lunatic of God's Creation. An absolutely flawless death metal album, which only clocks in at around about 35 minutes. Gets the job done. It's an absolute beast. These guys are still putting out good stuff now. They've changed direction a little bit. There's a bit more groove in there now. Still some death metal, but definitely their first 3 albums for me are where it's at. And this third album is my favourite. The Negation from 2004 from Decapitated is an absolutely essential piece of death metal, which should be in every death metal fan's collection. Fantastic album, absolutely love it. Blew me away when I first heard it, still blows me away now. Decapitated The Negation is my favourite third album. An absolutely flawless masterpiece as far as I'm concerned. So number 4, my favourite fourth album from a band is Paradise Lost, and this is Icon from 1993. I clearly remember this being out at the time in 1993. This album was absolutely everywhere. I remember the t-shirt you saw loads of metal kids wearing. Absolutely everywhere. A fantastic album from these guys. A bit of a change in direction from their earlier stuff. A bit more commercial. But still a fantastic heavy metal album with definitely some goth influences in there as well. Some nice atmospheres created as well. Nick Holmes' vocals are fantastic. The guitars from Gregor McIntosh and Aaron Eady are great as well. And it's just an album packed with superb songs. Ember's Fire, which kicks this off, is excellent. I love Nick Holmes' vocals and that, they're so good. Forging Sympathy, Dying Freedom, Widow, just great song after great song. Colossal Rains, Weeping Words, Poison, True Belief. I love the vocals in that, fantastic stuff. Shallow Seasons, stuff like that. Very lucky to have this original press from 1993. Here's a gatefold. Fantastic stuff. An absolutely huge album. I love it from start to finish. There are no bad songs on this. I've got this on CD and cassette as well. Just an absolutely fantastic album from Paradise Lost. These guys were well and truly on top of the world back in 1993 and delivered this masterpiece at just the right time. Icon from Paradise Lost is my favourite fourth album from a band. Absolutely amazing stuff. On to number 5 now, going back to 1990, some thrash in his Slayers and Seasons in the Abyss. An album that needs no introduction at all. A lot of people, of course, would give the nod to Rain and Blood, but for me, this is a little bit better, a little bit more refined. Just brilliant, brilliant stuff. Kicks off with War Assemble, which is just an absolute beast of an opening song. Great riffs, fantastic chorus. Tom Arai's vocals are brilliant. Other great tunes on this, like Spirit in Black, Dead Skin Mask, which is about the serial killer Ed Gein, Skeletons of Society, Temptation, Born of Fire, the amazing title track, just absolutely phenomenal stuff. Dave Lombardo's drums, of course, are absolutely brilliant. Loads of great riffs. Tom's voice is great, packed of great songs. My favourite fifth album from the band is Slayers' Seasons in the Abyss from 1990, an absolute thrash metal masterpiece. On to number 6 now, going over to 2006, and here's Celtic Frost, a monotheist. Just an absolutely amazing album. Obviously, their early work is very important, but for me, when Frost really slowed things down, tuned down to B, I think, on this, it really sort of suited their sound, and it's an absolutely amazing album. Tom G. Warrior's vocals in this are great. The guitars sound fantastic, and it's packed with really great mid-paced, doomy sort of death metal sort of songs as well. Ground is an absolutely fantastic song. It's got a very repetitive chorus, but I still love it. A Dying God Coming into Human Flesh is an amazing track. Drowning Ashes, Obscured, Incantation Against You, Domain of Decay, stuff like that. Just brilliant, an absolutely brilliant album. For me, it's close between this and To Megatherion, but I'm going to give it this just over To Megatherion for me. Just a great album, an absolutely amazing album. Their final album, their 6th album from 2006, Celtic Frost Monotheist. Absolutely superb stuff. Something completely different now, going back to 1987. And here's Whitesnake and the album 1987. Their seventh full-length album. I like the earlier bluesier stuff, but this kind of was definitely made for MTV back at the time. And the gamble paid off for David Coverdale. This album sold by the bucket load. Loads of really, really great tunes. John Sykes' guitar playing on this is absolutely out of this world, and his guitar tone on this album is phenomenal. It sounds absolutely fantastic. You've got Ainsley Dunbar on the drums here. I think he was in Journey. Neil Murray on bass, who of course was in Whitesnake before. He's played with Black Sabbath and loads of other bands as well. The opening track, Still of the Night. What else can you say? It's just an absolutely brilliant song. The riffing in it is great. The riffs from John Sykes are fantastic. I like the keyboards in it as well. They create some nice atmosphere. Bad Boys track 2. Again, the opening riff is just an absolute beast. Coverdale sounds fantastic. Give Me All Your Love. That's one of my favourite songs on the album. It's just got a nice groove to it. It sounds fantastic. Looking for Love closes out side A, good tune. Side B, Crying in the Rain, Is This Love, massive single, great ballad, everyone knows that. Straight for the Heart, great up-tempo track. Don't Turn Away, good tune. Children of the Night. No bad songs in this, an absolutely flawless album. This is the nice copy I picked up just recently. I did have another copy, but it was a little bit beaten up, and I picked this one up at a record fair a while back. It's in much better condition. Whitesnake's 1987, their 7th full-length album, is an absolutely fantastic album, which never ever get bored of. Excellent stuff from Whitesnake. My favourite 8th album from a band is one that Mike showed himself. It's Bolt Throwers, For Those Once Loyal. Their last album, Martin Kearns on the drums, of course, died after this album was made. He was very young. Rest in peace. Such a shame. Carl Willits on the vocals, Joe Bench on the bass, Gavin Ward, and I can't remember the guitar player off the top of my head. But just a fantastic album. Nice gatefold here, which opens out like that with the lyrics on. This is my favourite from them. At First Light is a great tune. Entrenched, the Kill Chain. That's opening 1, 2, 3 are just absolutely fantastic. Title track, Those Once Loyal. Last Stand of Humanity, When Cannons Fade. Perfect album. I know a lot of people prefer their earlier stuff, but for me, this is definitely the best thing they ever did. Carl Willits' vocals sound excellent. Bolt Throws for Those Once Loyal, their 8th album, their final album, for me is my favourite of theirs. It's absolutely brilliant. Some nice UK death metal there. Up next is a band and an album that you saw not too long ago if you watched my Black Sabbath album ranking. Black Sabbath's Heaven and Hell, their 9th album, the first to feature Ronnie James Dio on vocals, is definitely my favourite. So, as I talked about, it's not long ago. I'm not going to talk about it too much, but it's absolutely phenomenal. Dio's vocals, of course, great. The bass playing from Geezer Butler, the drums from Bill Ward are great, and of course the riffs and solo for Tony Iommi are absolutely fantastic. Neon Night's opening track is brilliant. Children's Sea, good tune. Lady Evil, my favourite song on the album. I just love that. Heaven and Hell, title track's a bit overplayed, but still a great tune. Wishing Well on side B is great. Die Young, Walk Away, my favourite song on the album, I think, is absolutely fantastic. Finishes with Lonely Is the World. Absolutely brilliant. Excellent album. No bad songs. 9th studio album from Black Sabbath is my favourite of theirs. Heaven and Hell from 1980 is essential. And the last one is the 10th studio album from Testament. This is The Formation of Damnation, which I think came out in 2004. It might be 2008, actually, judging by looking on the back there. Yeah, I know a lot of people would give the nod to The Legacy or The New Order, and I love those albums. They push this one hard for the top spot, but I still think this one's the best. There's a track each on the first two that I think I'm not too fussed about, but not the case here. Excellent album. Gatefold is the guys. Picture of the guys with the lyrics. Paul Bostaph on the drums. Absolutely killing it on the drums here. Greg Christian on the bass. Of course, Eric Peterson and Alex Skolnick presenting some absolutely phenomenal riffs and solos. And Chuck Billy's vocals are great. There's no bad song with this. It's an absolute fucking beast. More Than Meets the Eye. The Evil Has Landed. The Formation of Damnation. Persecuted Won't Forget. Henchman Bride. Killing Season, Afterlife, FEAR, Leave Me Forever. Just brilliant, brilliant stuff. My favourite 10th album by band is Testaments, The Formation of Damnation. And a modern day thrash metal classic as far as I'm concerned. It's absolutely phenomenal. A brilliant, brilliant album. Never tire of listening to it. The production's great. Everyone is on point. Especially Paul Bostaph. The drums are absolutely amazing. Testaments, The Formation of Damnation is my 10th favourite album by a band. It's absolutely fantastic. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. And that's the last one for this video. So guys, there we go. Job done. Thanks for watching as per usual. It's very much appreciated. As always, get in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the albums that I picked. Always good chatting to you guys. I shall be back with you soon. I've got more videos in the pipeline. As always, take care and I'll see you soon. So see you later. Bye.